Mrs. Darcy versus the Aliens by Jonathan Pinnock. You know that feeling you get? You're reading about how Mr. Darcy so ardently admires Miss Elizabeth Bennet, and all you can think is, man, this scene would be so much more romantic if Mr. Darcy had tentacles. No? Well, Jonathan Pinnock's written it for you anyway. This stunningly hilarious book picks up where Pride and Prejudice left off, with one slight difference that very avid readers of the book might notice. There are aliens. To be more specific, in Jonathan Pinnock's canon, Lydia did not run away with an unmarried man and completely disgrace herself. No. She was abducted by aliens. This book weaves a dual narrative tale based around Wickham and Elizabeth, and sees them storm through a brilliantly quirky Regency England, breaking teapots and battling aliens all the way. It's fantastically wacky in a very cartoonish way, portraying Wickham as a highly incompetent James Bond, and Elizabeth as lovably clueless as all the innuendo completely passes over her sensibilities. The story has the two of them investigating alien doppelgangers, studying the sky over Rosings for spaceships, and trying their best to communicate with pouting ghosts, all in the hope of saving England and recovering the missing Lydia. This book certainly pays homage to the world Austen created, yet it does manage to thrash out a playground of its own to work in. All our favourite Austenian characters are there, not to mention Austen herself for a chapter or two. But there are also lots of other larger-than-life characters, including the orgy-attending, laudanum-laden Lord Byron, and the time-travelling, alien-birthing, ghostly victims of Jack the Ripper. In my opinion, you definitely don't have to have read Austen to read and enjoy this book. Then again, if you have read Austen, you'll probably get more out of it. There are jokes in here very much specifically catered to you. There are jokes in here that rely on twisting original elements of Pride and Prejudice. Then again, it's not just Austen he plays with. Throughout, there are references to various elements of popular and literary culture. Anyway, let me finish by reading you one of my favourite extracts. "Charlotte, my dear, who are these peculiar people?" she said. "No, not dearest Lizzie," said Charlotte. "I believe there are a number of renowned painters, sculptors, and composers, whose names we may yet become familiar with, should anyone decide to pay for the provision of a sequel." Elizabeth looked at Charlotte with one eyebrow raised. "My dear, whatever do you mean by your curious turn of phrase?" I know not," said her friend, looking momentarily distracted. "I've heard tell of this kind of thing," said Wickham. "They say it is a tired, postmodern authorial device to fill in time when there is little else happening. I believe that it is often referred to as the dissolution of the fourth wall." "Ah, 'tis not just me then," said Charlotte. "Oft times do I enter a room and the fourth wall dissolves for an instant as I commune with some unseen listener. And then, without warning, the normal order is restored again." Elizabeth stared at Charlotte for a moment. "Well, I don't like the idea of it," she said. "'Tis most distracting." So, tell me in the comments down below what you think of the sound of Jonathan Pinnock. Is he the kind of author you'd like to check out? Also, are you an Austen fan? Have you been reading any of the recent Austen adaptations, things like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies? I'd love to hear from you down below. Also, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you wish to avoid being probed by aliens, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos in which I talk about various things. I will see you in my next video, which will be a very special video considering it's my 50th video, and that will be happening on Monday, so be sure to check it out. See you then, bye! The orgy-attending, laudanum-laden Lord Byron. Why do I write myself sentences like that to say? Why do I do this? Attending laudanum-laden.